is up, everybody? It is me, Mandy here, and welcome back to the Gaming Garden. I am so excited to be back in Star Stable today with fantasy novel My Soul Steed. I think that's what she's called. It was the free horse from the birthday celebration, but I'm so excited to be here in Star Stable, and today we are going to be talking about a little bit of a more serious topic, but still keeping it very lighthearted. But I wanted to start this new series where I basically am your Star Stable big sis, because I love this platform, and I feel like if I have any sort of community here, I want to be able to connect with you guys and talk about things that are a little bit more like serious, and I'm very excited, and it's going to be a really fun video because there are just some things that I wanted to talk about on the topic of having a bad day. And you're probably like, what? Like, is this going to be a depressing video? It's not going to be a depressing video because we're going to talk about how to make a bad day good. I'm excited to kick off this new series. I'm going to try to do different topics every episode, but today's is how to make a bad day good, which sounds like contradictory, but let's get into it and I'll explain. Okay, so I got fantasy novel here. We're in the random paddock at Steve's. I'm gonna do some training, but I literally feel like every time I do a training video, there's only so many races I can do, so I'm gonna do my normal route that I always do. Like I said, I'm gonna make this a series, so if you guys have any topics you want me to talk about, it can be literally anything under the sun, and I'm just gonna share from my own experiences and kind of give some tips on different topics like this. So if you have anything that kind of just comes to your mind right away, please feel free to comment it. Today we're gonna be talking about bad days, because we've all had bad days. I don't think there's not a single person in the world who has not had a bad day, and you might be having a bad day right now, or maybe you're having an amazing day. Life comes with many ups and downs. It's not just everyone says, you know, like progress isn't linear, that kind of thing, but it's true. Life is not just a straight line up, and it's not a straight line down. So if you are having a bad day, like, know that it's not just downhill from here, okay? And I think one of the biggest things that you can do before I get into all the points that I have is just know that if one thing happens, whether it's really good, like, that doesn't mean it's going to be perfect from here on out, and that's kind of the hard truth. But also, if it just feels like it's all going catastrophic and terribly, the line doesn't keep going down, okay? Life is up and down, all around, all over the place. And I think the biggest key to, like, staying optimistic is just taking those hills and valleys and kind of just finding the good and the bad, and not being completely tied to, oh, everything's gonna be perfect, because then you're gonna be disappointed. But also not just being like everything's gonna be bad, okay? So bottom line, take things as they come, and that's way easier said than done, but hopefully some of the things in this video will help you. So let's get into it. My first point, if you're having a bad day today, first of all, I'm sending you a virtual hug right now, and I love you. If you're having an amazing day, I love you too, and you can also have a hug. But first things first, take a breath. And I'm not saying this when, like, if you feel like, if you're an anxious person and you feel a sense of anxiety, just breathe. That advice just doesn't really stick, doesn't really do anything. I might do some chores while I'm here. Take a breath. Pause for a second. If you're going a million miles per hour, listen. Your thoughts are just going to run rampant, and you're not going to be able to catch up with them. As much as you think thinking 10 million things at once is going to help you accomplish things, it's absolutely not. So no matter where you are, if you're at work, school, home, wherever you are, you can take 30 seconds to pause and just breathe, take a second, and don't try to fight how you're feeling. If you're like, I'm anxious, I'm sad, I'm lonely, like, whatever it may be, you don't have to change it in this moment. You honestly, like, of course you can change your perspective on things pretty quick and be like, all right, I'm going to choose to be positive right now. But you can't just completely change your entire thought, like the entire wiring of your brain in a moment, and you can't change it by being absolutely crowded and overwhelmed by your thoughts. You just can't. you have to just acknowledge it and then take it from there, okay? So if you're like, I'm just so overwhelmed today, I can't even think, and the thoughts that I'm thinking, I can't even catch up with them. It's too much. Take 30 seconds. I know it's like, oh, I don't have time. You have 30 seconds, okay, to just pause, even if you have to step in another room, and just acknowledge how you're feeling. Because the first thing, like, in my own experience, when I'm overwhelmed, like, I can't even think about what I'm feeling. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm thinking. I can't even pinpoint the emotion that I'm feeling sometimes. And that's when you have to be like, okay, I need to acknowledge it instead of trying to change it before I even know what's happening. Just acknowledge it. First things first, and don't try to fight it away. Like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit down today. That's okay. I'm feeling a little bit nervous and just on edge today. That's okay too. No matter what it is, okay? That's honestly the first step for me in being like, okay, what is happening? And that's okay. There's a difference between feeling the emotions and then letting them rule your life, okay? Next point I have is have water nearby or a fun drink that is comforting to you. I know everyone says if you're like going through it, like, did you drink water? I feel like that's another piece of advice that I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, did I drink water? The whole world isn't going to change because I drank water. The advice that I'm saying is just having like something, like if I just pour myself a glass of cold water, I don't know, or just get myself a fun drink, like I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea, not to cure my problems, but just to like be fueling myself with something. Or even if you have a little snack, a quick little snack on hand, fueling yourself with something and having that one tiny little step of taking care of yourself goes such a long way. It's not just about, am I hydrated, which is important. It's also about like, this is the one simple, quick little step I can take to start taking care of myself and add something positive into my day, even if it's literally just a cup of tea. Okay, and if you're like, I'm too exhausted to even make a cup of tea, because trust me guys, I'm not. I have been there. I haven't even wanted to stand up from my bed on some bad days. So if you can just pour yourself a glass of water. Sometimes I literally was like, I don't want to pour myself a glass of water. And sometimes like you have to kind of push yourself a little bit to be like, okay, it's not that hard of a task. I can do this simple thing and then I'll just relax. But I would literally just get a water bottle from my freezer or my fridge, and I was still taking care of myself in that sense. I still got something to drink, fueling myself. Having that first step of self-care is really important. All right. This next one, oh my gosh, guys. It's a game changer for me, but it's hard. Think about what you can and can't control. This one is a challenge because I find myself always thinking about what I cannot control, and then I'm spiraling out of control because I want that control. And a lot of us, which psychology is amazing and I would love to like study it, but I'm not a psychologist, so you guys know, I'm just your big sis. The biggest thing for me when I'm having a bad day is I want to be in control of whether it's something I'm afraid of, my emotions, just anything. I want to be in control. It's all I want, just be in control. If I was in control, I'd be fine. But here's the thing, there's so many things out of our control. And that could be a really scary thought sometimes, because it's like, I can't change this and I should just worry about it for the rest of my life and just be paralyzed with fear. I don't know if you guys are feeling fearful today, but that can be something that can stem from any kind of emotion. Just like, I want to be in control of this. So even if you have to pull out a journal, type it in your phone, speak it in an audio message, and talk about, just really zero in on what can I control right now? And what can I control right now? I'm going to give my energy to the things that I can control instead of the things that I can't. So if you literally can't control the fact that you are exhausted today, that's okay. But what you can control is what you do while you're exhausted. So that's something that I've been learning. And I'm also kind of my own big sis in this because it's hard. Okay, I'm gonna take the trailer somewhere. It's hard, guys, but this will honestly change. It'll change where your energy, like where you're spending your energy, okay? Because if you're spending your energy on things you can't control, you're going to be stressed out and overwhelmed and sad. okay? So get it out of your head, like what you can and can't control. Put it somewhere on paper, like I said, voice message, whatever. Or if you feel like you could just kind of think about it. We all have things we can control and things that we cannot. And it's okay that you can't control everything, okay? That doesn't make you out of control. You only have to be in control of the responsibilities that you've been given, and everything else will be taken care of. I promise, okay? Okay, you got this. Next thing, I say this in every live stream, I say this everywhere, cozy essentials. Guys, if you are able to be at home right now, think of cozy essentials that you can have. Cozy blankets, the drink of your choice, loose and comfortable clothing is really helpful for me. Comfort book, show, anything. You can if you have enough energy to take a shower, a nice warm shower. Pillows, stuffed animals, a game that you really like, just anything that you're like, okay, this is a cozy essential to me. This makes me feel at peace. This gets my mind off of unimportant things. This just really helps me. And if you aren't at home, if you happen to be at work or school or out of the house, you can start thinking about what cozy things can I get when I'm at home to just lift my spirits up a little bit. Not to change how you're feeling, because the moment you try to change it, it's back to the control thing. The moment you try to change it, you're probably going to end up feeling worse because you're zeroing in on how you're feeling. But instead of just letting it be there and then, oh, I'm going to read a book. Feeling a little sad, I'm going to read a book while I'm sad. And you'll find that it's much easier to lift your spirits and feel a little bit more like light and the weight lifted off of you when you kind of allow that thing to be there and then let it go. So cozy essentials are very important. Some of my favorite cozy essentials, definitely a TV show, a comfort TV show. Oh my gosh. I watch Alexa and Katie all the time. I've seen that show countless times. I've fallen asleep to that show. I've had it on in the background. I've watched the episodes. That is my comfort show. Another comfort show, like Full House. Some of my favorite movies are like Dolphin Tale, comfort movie since childhood. The Paddington movies. Thunderbolts is my favorite movie of all time. That's such a comfort movie for me. Just think of things that are very comforting to you. The first thing you think of when you're like, oh my gosh, if I could just stop having such a busy day and just sit down, what would I want to do that would actually make me feel at peace? I don't mean like scrolling on your phone is probably not going to be the best case scenario. All doom scrolling does, my friends, is distract your mind, and it keeps your mind busy and busy and busy, okay? And it doesn't do anything for you. However, sometimes it's fine, guys. Like, don't be too hard on yourself. If you're like, I just want to scroll for a little bit, it's not the end of the world, okay? You're not gonna, it's okay. We've all done it. I do it too much still. But I'm just saying, if you are trying to do things that serve you well and your mind and your body, scrolling on your phone is just distracting. It's just crowding your brain with more and more and more and more. Because that's what we feel like our brains need, just more and more. Putting down those like quick like emotions, like you try to get like a quick reaction from yourself or a quick distraction. It will serve you well in the long run, I promise. The next thing is to just do what you can, which I've kind of said this without saying it in the other ones, but I get sometimes, guys, you feel like you cannot get up from your bed. Some days you're just so tired, and that is okay. And also just a PSA, is that what it is? Public service announcement. You can also have a bad day and be working and be laughing, and like, this isn't me saying, oh my gosh, trying to make you feel like you're having a bad day right now if you're not. But I'm just saying, sometimes it feels like, oh, I'm not having a bad day because I'm still doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. Like, just check in with yourself. Be like, hey, I'm feeling a little off today, and that's okay. But if it's one of those days where you're like, I physically want to lay in my bed and not do it. Guys, before I made this video, I was like, oh, maybe I should just lay in bed. But I was like, no. If I make this video, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to feel better. And I'm glad that I did. But sometimes you just need to like take a rest day, and that's okay too. So just assess what you can do and build it from there. So if you're like, all I can do is lay in bed today. Okay, so get a cozy blanket, cover yourself up, and rest there with your blanket. Or if you're like, okay, I can only do one physical thing today. All right, maybe you go for a walk, maybe you go for a run, maybe you do a quick Pilates session. I love Pilates, so that's what I went with. Like, do what you can, and it does not have to be phenomenal. Holy cow. Oh, the Camp Western's in, guys. I forgot. Happy update day. Next thing, this kind of goes along with it. It's start with one step. You don't have to think ahead. Something else that has helped me so much is just, okay, the next 5 minutes. It's all I have to think about. I literally just saw that advice somewhere recently. So I'm kind of stealing it. But it's something that I've kind of heard from various different places. But the next 5 minutes. Okay, how can I make the next 5 minutes a little bit lighter? That is all you have to think about. Catch yourself. Am I thinking literally days ahead, years ahead? Because that's what I do. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do for a career in 6 years? When I'm married, like this stuff, it's all you can do is be there for your present self. The only way you can help your future self is by being there for your present self. You cannot go into the future and change anything. You cannot control the future. You can't even control yourself in the future by worrying and thinking right now. But what you can do is think about the present moment. How can I make the next 5 minutes better than the last? And start there. If it's even just the next 30 seconds, like, that's okay too. We were not designed to live in the future, and we were not designed to thrive on the past. We were designed to live in this moment in time. Okay? That's what we were designed to do. That's what we are created to do. We are not time travelers. We cannot go back. We cannot go forward. But we can choose right now. Okay? So focus on that. Let me finish this yeehaw race. Okay. Next one is add a stress relieving hobby if you can. So like journaling, crocheting, writing, reading, singing, dancing, playing a video game, drawing, literally anything that will keep you in a healthy distraction and stir up some creativity. I always tell people it is so vital to have a hobby. Like I've found that in my own life. It is so vital to have a hobby, to be pouring out somewhere and also be like feeling like you're getting filled. I feel like that's what creative hobbies do. It's like you are creating, you're pouring out, but it's also so motivating and inspiring to you that it's going both ways, you know what I mean? So finding a hobby that you're able to just give your attention to, that you genuinely love. Like if you don't, I've tried to be involved in like sewing, for example. I tried to be that person where I'm like, I love sewing, it's so relaxing. I don't really love sewing, guys. It does not make me feel relaxed, and that's okay. Like the only thing I've really had to sew the past like years of my life is point shoes, because I grew up doing ballet all throughout high school, and I don't do as much anymore with the company that I'm in, but I'm starting to get back into it more. So sewing point shoes is really the only thing I've done. But last time I just recently started sewing a pair of point shoes, and I was like, I'm actually going to just try to actually do this well, even though I don't like sewing. And I actually really enjoyed it, guys. I honestly really did, and I didn't finish them yet. But that being said, I still don't love sewing. So find a hobby that you enjoy. And if you don't have a hobby that you enjoy, I mean, if you're watching the Starseewa video, Starseewa might be a hobby, and hey, video games are a hobby, so just saying. You can kind of search around and really think about what you want to do and just explore and experiment with different things. Sometimes for me, it's just turning on a 3-minute song and dancing. And sometimes I'm like, no way I'm dancing today. I'll sit and read a book or write in my journal. Write a poem or just something like that. Anything. I am so bad at drawing, you guys. And I never felt really drawn to drawing. Oh my gosh. I didn't even mean to do that. I've never felt drawn to drawing. But also if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not good at this hobby, it's not my strong suit, but you love it, so what? Do it. Just do it. Enjoy it. That's why we're meant to be creative. To be creative, not to be perfect. Oh, I've actually got the pictures one. Gosh dang it. But yes, find a hobby and gently try to do it if you can, because they're fun and they are so motivating and make me happy. The next one, I kind of talked about this, but not in this wording, which needs to be said. Drop kick guilt. Drop kick it. Do you guys know what a drop kick is? Drop kick it. If you are guilty, guilt will keep you down, guys. Okay? We all have bad days, but we make them so much worse when we shame ourselves. Okay? It's okay to feel discouraged sometimes. Okay? It's okay to be down. We all experience it. We all do. And even if you don't say that you do, because I've been that person who's like, oh my gosh, I'm so great. Everything's great when it wasn't. We all have bad days, and we all will have more bad days, and we all will have more amazing days. But if you're guilty about either one of them, you are not going to grow. Honestly, like, that's just the hard truth. You cannot grow in a healthy direction if you feel guilty. Okay? So you need to like really think about, why do I feel guilty right now? And how do I train myself to not feel this way? So like for me, if I'm guilty about laying in bed and resting, I can say, okay, well, why am I guilty about resting? Like, rest has been given to me. It doesn't matter if, you know, someone I know is working today or like being really productive and I'm not. Like, this rest has been given to me. I need this rest so that I can do better tomorrow. Like, so that I can be more productive tomorrow, so that I can be healthier tomorrow. So, whatever the guilt may be for you, if you feel guilty, you really need to just not ignore it, but assess it and be like, okay, how is this a lie? Because it's always a lie, guys. It's always a lie. Yeah, another thing too is like, no matter what you're feeling, this is just an example, you guys, that I didn't think I was going to share, but I'm going to share it real quick. I love, my hobby is writing novels. I love writing fiction novels, and it's been such a game changer for me in like my mental health and my mind. Like, I picked it up at a very difficult place when I was like in my early teens, or maybe not, I guess early teens-ish, throughout my teen years. I like just really was struggling, and I picked up writing, and I was like, I'm just gonna write how I feel through a character. And ever since then, life changed. And then my dad like encouraged me to really focus on writing in high school, because I was homeschooled and I was like just kind of on my own. So he encouraged me to pick up writing. So shout out to my dad if you're watching this. I realized I'm working on this novel currently that is very, it fits this topic very well. And some of my hardest days, I was writing this novel, and I'm almost done this book, and I have not finished a book that I felt like proud of, not even close to the way I have with this one. Like, it just feels so like near and dear to me. It's actually insane. And I always thought, oh, I have to be in this place to be able to write, to do this thing well. Guys, I was like just really struggling, and I was like, I'm gonna show up and write this book every morning, 8 a.m. the month of June. I'm waking up, and no matter what, I'm gonna just try to get something down. And I kid you not, guys, this story is so precious to me. If I hadn't shown up for it, it wouldn't exist. If I had tried to wait till I was doing really good and like felt really great about myself and I had all the qualifications, guys, it never would have been done, because we're never going to be perfect. So just like to encourage you, like, you can make magic, you can make art, you can do something that you love, even if you're in a hard place. Okay, so Anyways, that's just a bunny trail, but it's true, and it was something that absolutely blew my mind these past few months, because there's honestly I just was like, there's no way. And there's no way. But yeah, and it's not because I have super strength. It's not. And honestly, I give all the glory to God in that, because there's no way I would have been able to do that without him. But all this being said, like, you can be discouraged and enjoy a TV show. You can be depressed and make magic, make a beautiful drawing, make a beautiful painting. You can be fearful and anxious and write a book, or, you know, go for a walk and appreciate nature, do photography. Like, you guys, like, get what I'm saying? Like, you're capable of showing up for that stuff, even if you don't feel qualified. Okay, so just to encourage you with that, I'm going to fail this phrase. The last one is reach out, and this might be the hardest one. I think it actually is the hardest one, if I'm being honest. This one is very hard for me to do. I am the worst, okay, maybe not the worst, pretty bad example when it comes to this. And sometimes you just, if we're being honest, worst case scenario, it's hard to find somebody to reach out to at times. I get that. But if you have a family member, a friend that you can reach out to, just even if you don't tell them you're having a bad day, I mean, I encourage you to do that, because it's really encouraging to have someone you trust who's going to encourage you and build you up and actually, like, have your best interest at heart, to encourage you and just be there for you and listen to you and give you any, like, helpful advice. That is very helpful, but I know sometimes it's just, like, the hardest thing in the world. So, yes, I, of course, encourage you to reach out to somebody if you need to. As hard as it may be, guys, it will help. Just make sure you have somebody who is going, like I said, who's going to have your best interests at heart, who's going to listen to you, who's not just going to kind of dismiss it, okay? Or just talk about themselves. Like, somebody who's you're going to text them or call them, and they're going to be right there, ready to go. Of course, people have their own stuff and their own things to deal with, but a true friend is going to be there for you, okay? And if you don't have anybody, please reach out to me, okay? I know I might be a stranger. If you just clicked on this random video, I might be a stranger. I'm not sure. If you're new here, or if you're like long-time subscriber, you know what? Subscriber, what on earth? Friend. I can't believe I don't even call you guys subscribers. You're all just like my dear friends, or maybe you're a new friend, but please reach out to me. And even if we just talk about, you know, these flowers, or just talk. It doesn't have to be a therapy session. It can be, if that's needed, but it can just be something that's going to make you feel a little bit lighter, make you feel good. Or maybe you don't feel better, but you have someone there cheering you on, okay? And I would love to cheer you on. You are going to amazing places, okay? And it's so hard when we're so constrained to the present moment and how we're feeling in the present moment, okay? And everyone says, like, keep going, there's light at the end of the tunnel. That is absolutely true. But we do need to stay in the present moment. And sometimes that's so hard. But you will see so much growth. You will learn so much. You will even learn the true feeling of joy and peace and contentment once you've experienced these bad days, okay? So I'm not trying to get deep or go crazy, guys, with, like, psychological talk and all that, but I just want you guys to know that you're so cared for. And, like, I wish I could reach through this screen and hug you right now. I'm, like, actually gonna tear up, because when I connect with you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a huge blessing to me. So I just want to encourage you, wherever you're at today, you've got this, okay? Sometimes it feels like, okay, that person's got this, but I don't got this because I'm experiencing this, or I'm not strong enough to do this. 1 second at a time. I'm here for you. I'm sending you all the virtual hugs. And if you're having a great day, high five. You've got this too. No matter where you are, like, 1 step at a time. Okay? Even if you take 3 steps forward, 5 steps back, That's not the saying. But you get the gist of it here. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are the best. I'm so thankful for you. I hope this video served you in some way and helped you in some way and gave you some ideas, because I've just been thinking about this a lot in my own season in life. Is definitely a little rocky right now. I just felt it on my heart to start this series, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And I want to talk about the deeper stuff because why not? Like, I'm not the biggest YouTube channel in the world. I'm actually a very teeny tiny one. But if I have any platform at all, like, I want to use it for things that are going to be beneficial and uplifting. And sometimes we laugh and we're chaotic, and I love that too. So there's room for it all, but I hope this is an encouraging place for you. And I'm so thankful for all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know some of the things that you do to kind of make you feel a little bit more energized and motivated and joyful. And I cannot wait to hear them. But until next time, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.